Alright, so I'm actually being smart for once and recording a video at night so I don't got cars driving by the whole time. So what I'll be talking about today is a rematch that people have been talking about for about a year now, and that's Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. But supposedly there's like a weird situation that's going on where they're supposedly gonna fight MMA instead of boxing. And I actually got a comment on my last video saying bro's on to nothing. That probably more suits this video, to be honest. I'm still a small YouTuber, so I don't got that many comments yet. One of them saying I'm on to nothing, and another one said I look like Michael Jackson in one of my shorts. So yeah, great start, but it is what it is. No, this is me editing the video. If you're here and you're not subscribed, what the fuck are you doing? Hit that shit. The fuck? You fucking pussy. Now, this rematch has been talked about a lot for about a year because KSI fought Tommy Fury, and obviously there really isn't any other pro boxer that Jake Paul really would fight that makes sense. And obviously the fight that we want is Jake Paul versus KSI, but at this point it just seems like a weight issue at this point. I don't think it's ever going to happen. So first, let's get into the absurdity that the fight might be MMA in the PFL. Obviously Jake Paul has been talking about going to PFL for about a year now. He has part in the take of PFL. We've seen him do the face-to-face with Francis and that big-ass dude. He looked scared as fuck. That was funny. Any of us would be.
Good champion. Yeah. All right. Face forward. Face forward.
But you did better than I would. I'm 5'3", Francis Ngannou, and that guy could fucking throw me like a football. So I don't really know why they would do this besides the fact Jake Paul get his MMA fight out of the way and the fact that it would be a spectacle and it would make a lot of money. I seen Tommy Fury was doing some training with Tom Aspinall.
I ain't worried.
I'll stick him on.
I got told off.
Jake Paul's with the PFL, isn't he?
Is he? Oh, I love that then.
That's smash his face in. I get good at MMA. Beat him in boxing and the cage. Big useless prick.
A few big ones in Jake Paul style. On Jake Paul's head. Oh, there we go. Okay. One more.
Which could just be a joke. I don't know if you really take a fight. Maybe I really am just yapping for nothing. But who knows? Maybe the money is good enough. Maybe Jake finally does that 2-fight deal that he pitches to everybody in his press conferences. Because who is Jake Paul really going to fight in the PFL? To be fair, I don't really know the roster of the PFL, but like, is he going to face a wrestler? Like, is he going to face somebody that can't wrestle and he's going to try to wrestle? Because he had like a slight bit of wrestling experience in high school. I don't really know. So how do I think this very hypothetical fight would go in MMA before I talk about how the boxing rematch would go? Tommy's very long. Like, he got some orangutan arms. I feel like he could pick up wrestling fast and he could surprise some people and have his like decent wrestling ability. Jake would have the edge in the wrestling ability. Obviously, Tommy would have the edge in the boxing. Jake's kicks weren't anything special in the videos I've seen. But also not too bad either, especially if that was really his first time kicking. It was saying it was his first time training in that video. And Tommy didn't really kick from what I seen in the video with Tom Aspinall, so I don't really know, but I assume he'd be more stiff kicking. So maybe Jake will be better at the kicking department. I can't believe I'm breaking down an MMA fight between these two. But to be fair, I'm probably the last person that should be talking about kicking. Actually, you know what? I'll show you my best kick right now. All right, so like, back up. Bounce a little bit. Oh! Alright, yeah. That's just one. We hit him with Right? MVP. Hit him with ooh! Actually, sign me up, Misfits MMA. I might be getting ahead of myself, but I might be Bruce Lee. This is honestly probably why my retention is so low in my videos. They're like, fuck this kid. So how do I think the actual fight would go in MMA between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury? Jake overhand shoots like fucking Habib and fucking chokes out Tommy Fury. I don't know. But to not make this video an entire waste, I'll talk about how I think the rematch will go with Jake and Tommy Fury in boxing. No, obviously it hasn't been that much time. It's been about a year and a half. I think it was late 2022, early 2023 when they fought. I'm not 100% sure. In a year and a half time, Jake Paul has been way more active. He's fought a bunch of pros, even though they're tomato cans, they still are pros. And he's obviously fighting Mike Tyson somewhat soon, which I still can't believe is still happening. a video on that is going to be coming out around when that fight's going to happen. And Tommy Fury's been busy raising a child, and he's been having some marriage issues recently, which I won't really dwell into. There's no point. Now, you could really look at this and say Jake Paul's been way more active and Tommy's really been taking time off. That could be a huge factor, and you say you could get Jake because of that. But honestly, Jake has gotten better, but I feel like he's still lacking in some places where Tommy exploited him in their fight. In the Tommy Fury fight, and most fights in general, Jake Paul has really struggled with combination punching. And he still really isn't the greatest moving backwards, which is why I really think the KSI fight really is still interesting. It just sucks that Jake Paul wants to be a heavyweight now, but it still seems like Jake has some of the same issues that Tommy would bring to him. Because Tommy really is a solid combination puncher. He just really doesn't have that much power. But yeah, you could look at some of those fights that Jake landed in their first fight and say if they landed cleaner, he could potentially hurt Tommy. He knocked down Tommy with a jab, even though it was a slip. It was the jab that made him slip. So is there a chance that Jake Paul can knock out Tommy Fury just because of the inactivity? Yeah, I think so. But if I were to have to bet on it, I think that Tommy still beats Jake on points, because I think that Jake still lacks in the places where Tommy can exploit him, like I said. And I think Tommy would just combination his head off, set up shots to the head by going to the body, and all the stuff you get just having more experience doing it his whole life. So yeah, just a brief overview. If it was MMA in the rematch, I think Jake Paul gets it if they somehow do this 2-fight deal or this just a 1-fight deal in MMA. And I think Tommy still gets the upper hand on Jake in boxing. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with either of the opinions I made. Let me know if that guy that has the burner can let me know if I'm yapping again. I definitely am in this one. That is definitely true. So yeah, like the video. It really does help a lot. Just leaving a like gets me on the algorithm way more. I've seen me getting like 3-4 likes, getting way more views. It really does make a difference. Subscribe if you don't want to see me post on social media to see that I posted. And like always, thank you for listening to me yap. Peace out.